Hey everybody, this is your Digital Super Saiyan 3 back here with another video, and welcome to my review of Batman Forever from 1995. Yep. So, for a film that's only 26 years old, Batman Forever, it's often or not been seen as a Batman film that's been very polarizing. While a lot of people hated Batman and Robin, Batman Forever, on the other hand, has its haters too. To me, I would say Batman Forever was the most 90s Batman film. Yes, even more so than Batman Returns that previously came out back in 1992. This film from 1995 is the most 90s Batman movie. So, this time around, taking over the director's chair from Tim Burton was Joel Schumacher, who last year tragically passed away, and I am so sorry that to his family. I'm sending my condolences to Schumacher's family, to Joel's family. But, yeah, this film was, like I said, the most 90s Batman film, and unlike Batman Returns and Batman 89 that came before it, Batman Forever is a lot more bright and colorful. It's a little bit more lighter in tone compared to the last two films, where I thought where Batman 89 was pretty dark. Batman Returns was a lot more grosser, was pretty gross. And then Batman Forever, it's just the more lighter toned Batman film, as Tim Burton this time around is actually the producer of this movie. He actually became a producer for Batman Forever. Yeah. So Burton was demoted from director to producer. And because of the changes, Michael Keaton left the role of Batman, and because of that, Val Kilmer became Batman in this movie, as he's playing the role of both Bruce Wayne and Batman. We also got Tommy Lee Jones playing the role of Harvey Dent, aka Two-Face, Jim Carrey playing the role of Edward Nygma, aka the Riddler, and, of course, you got Nicole Kidman playing a character who was just created for this film that did not appear in the comics, by the name of Chase Meridian, a doctor in psychiatry. Yeah. In this case, she plays a shrink for mental patients. Oh, and of course, this also marked the debut of Chris O'Donnell as Robin, aka Dick Grayson. Also, the only characters who returned from the last two movies that were part of the Tim Burton movies that returned was Pat Hingle as Commissioner Gordon and Michael Goff as Alfred. The music in this the music composed for this movie was done by Elian Goldenthal, who does the music for this movie. Yeah, instead of just keeping Danny Elfman around, they decided, hey, since we got a new director, let's have a new score. And Elian Goldenthal was given the conducting range for this film. Now, the movie itself, to me, Batman Forever's differences from the source material that it came from. Now, let's talk about both of the villains, the Riddler and Two-Face. I'm going to start with Two-Face since he was the first of the villains introduced in this movie. So yeah, he was played by Tommy Lee Jones in this movie, and Unlike in the comics, Two-Face, he's a laughing idiot in this movie. All he does is laugh, flip the coin, laugh some more, and then just pretty much does that. Instead of being someone who's in two minds of the same, he's always two minds of the same subject. Two-Face, instead of being someone who's conflicted between his good nature and his bad nature, and just makes a decision based on the coin flip, he flips out. In this movie, he decides to flip the coin until he gets the side he wants. Instead of sticking to the coin's quote-unquote decision. I kind of think that's where Aaron Eckhart did better as Two-Face, as he blended the good nature and the bad nature of Two-Face better. Where this Two-Face by Tommy Lee Jones was just way over the top. But thank God Men in Black would appear just 2 years later and Tommy Lee Jones would play Agent K. So at least some good came out of this. Then there's Jim Carrey's Riddler as the Riddler. Jim Carrey's Riddler is pretty much obsessed with Bruce Wayne at the beginning of this film. He wants to team up with Bruce Wayne to work on this project, the Enigma box, where it's all about manipulating brainwaves. But Bruce turns him down, saying this raises too many questions. And because Bruce turned Enigma down, Enigma did not take it too kindly. And he says, I'll make you understand. And thus, in this film, he even kills the department head that he worked under after using him as a guinea pig for his mind control device, or mind manipulation device. So yeah, and the guy was named Stickley, Fred Stickley. Alright, now I'm going to be talking about Dick Grayson, and now let's talk about the heroes in this movie. So, starting with Dick Grayson, aka Robin. In this movie's continuity, Two-Face was the one who killed his parents, where in the comics, the gangster known as Tony Zuka was responsible for the death of Dick Grayson's parents. So in this movie's continuity, Two-Face was the one who killed Dick's parents. Also in this movie, Dick gets a brother. In the comics, Dick did not have a brother. He was an only child. But in this movie, he has an older brother. Okay. Then there's Dr. Chase Meridian, who started off the film being someone who's infatuated with Batman right off the bat. And then she becomes more infatuated with the alter ego. And then, of course, she then is delighted to learn that both are the same people, or the same person. That both Bruce Wayne and Batman are the same person. And finally, there's Bruce Wayne himself. Not really much has changed with Bruce Wayne in this movie. Except the fact that, yeah, he does say there's too many questions about Edward Nygma's work. Also, yeah, let's talk about some of the scenes in this movie. There were some great fight scenes in this movie. Like, I did like the alley fight when Dick is fighting against a bunch of neon-lit thugs while saving this chick, and then Bruce comes down, and then all the thugs run away. There was also some other fight scenes that involved Val Kilmer's Bruce Wayne / Batman, where he's in the suit. And also in the end of the movie, Val Kilmer's Batman, he gets a special suit at the end, this sonar suit, which looked pretty cool compared to the normal Batsuit. Not to say I didn't hate the normal Batsuit. The normal Batsuit is fine up until you see the nipples on the suit. Because, yeah, this did start the Schumacher trend of the Schumacher Bat flicks, of the Schumacher Batman films, where there were nipples on the costumes, like for Batman and Robin specifically. The Robin costume in this movie, I actually thought there was some really good design for the Robin costume, but yeah, the nipples were the one negative for the Robin costume. But still, I thought Robin had a really cool costume in this film, and I really wish they could have just stuck with that when they went into Batman and Robin. But I digress. And as and then Commissioner Gordon and Alfred, nothing really changed with Commissioner Gordon and Alfred. They still pretty much are played by the same people that played them in the Tim Burton movies. So nothing really changed. Also, yeah, there were some scenes in this movie that there were some good scenes that stood out in this movie, like the flashbacks of Bruce's childhood was really well done and really well lit. There were some deleted scenes from the film that didn't make it into the final product, like Val Kilmer interacting with a giant bat creature in this one sequence, and then in the other sequence you have the Riddler, aka Jim Carrey, or the Jim Carrey Riddler, injecting a syringe into Nicole Kidman's neck, or the neck of Dr. Chase Meridian, who's played by Nicole Kidman. So, yeah. There was also some way over the top moments in Batman Forever. Like the scene of the Batmobile driving up a building was pretty over the top. I mean, come on. That was way too over the top and way too cartoony. But at times, it does have its really unique moments as well. But I don't think Batman Forever is all that bad. I mean, sure, it may not be, a very. It may not be as edgy as Batman 89 was, but it had its charm to it. So Batman Forever is actually a passable film. Though I don't want to say much about Batman and Robin. But anyway, this has been your Digital Super Saiyan 3, and I will see you next time. Later.